Well, it's rainy and crappy, so decided I'm gonna start working on some little things and fixing little things on the Firebird. So this is the first thing. So this is my gauge panel here that I did a couple years ago, and it was wrapped in this gold and black carbon, as well as all my center console pieces. But the wrap over the last 2 years shrunk like really badly. So I peeled all that crap off and I just painted these panels semi-gloss black. So here's the gauge one here that rivets to. So you can see it's kind of hacked up to fit the gauges, but it's covered, so who cares. And here's all the gauges. So these are just Equus or Equus, however you want to say it. Got the speedo, which that I did fix yesterday as well. My speedo never worked because the cable was too short, so I managed to get under the car, reroute the cable differently, and now it will be able to plug in. So this has an adapter because this speedo takes a thread-on cable and the Firebird has a clip-on cable. So has the adapter in the back for that. And then the fuel gauge, oil pressure, volts, and then water temp. So the water, the volts, and oil pressure and tach have been in the car for like 10 years now. And then a couple years ago I added the speedo and the fuel gauge to have the full cluster. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these put in now. See how it looks. So there's the panel just sitting on the factory one. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get this riveted in place first, and then we can start putting the gauges back in. Make sure this is good and straight. And just like that. So I gotta do that like 8-9 more times and we'll be good. Okay, and there it is with the gauges in. So this one I still have to flip this and shoe glue that in place, but it looks a little better than with the carbon, honestly. It's just the semi-gloss black is just real clean and, you know, just, I don't know, it's just clean looking. So that looks a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoe glue that, and then we'll let that dry basically overnight, and I can throw all this back in tomorrow. Okay, that's all I need is just a little bead around it, and it's good to go. Okay, it's nighttime. I got these LEDs, a few of them wired up just to give this a test. So let's go ahead and give this a test here. There we go. So there is yellow LEDs. So that's cool. The other bulbs are in the car. I just did a few just to test, see how it looked. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see because everything's black in here, but there's that panel installed. Okay, so I'm going to show you that these all light up now. So turn the lights on. Headlights do pop up, so that's good, but there they are. So these, you can tell, are yellow. Speedo is yellow. The tach is not. It has a lot smaller bulbs, so I have to get some LEDs for that, but it's fine for now. At least it lights up. I don't really drive this car at night, but if I ever did, at least I have lights that work now. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It was definitely worth doing all that. So I figured at the end of this video, I'll just do a quick interior update since I haven't done a video on this car in so long. So gauge panel all done. Looks good. It does light up still, so that's good. So yeah, I haven't done a video of this car in years, so some stuff's changed in the interior. If you remember years ago, this actually did have a 6-point roll cage. So that's gone. Took that out a couple of years ago, put a brand new carpet, black carpet in here. Probably can't see it very well because everything's black, but brand new black carpet because it was cut out for the cage. All this, all the dash, console, everything, all that used to be diamond plate. So I got rid of all that and did the sheet metal. These 3 gauges used to be mounted down here where the stereo is. And so then a couple years ago I bought the fuel gauge and the speedo. The tach used to be mounted over here. And then I did the whole gauge panel. So then I put a motorcycle radio in there because there was no wiring for a stereo. We took all that out like 10 years ago, you know. So I finally decided I'll put something back in here. That's a radio for a motorcycle. I actually put new speakers in the dash there and wired it up to that, and it actually sounds pretty good. You know, it's, you know, better than nothing. Like I said, it's been like 10 years since this car had any kind of radio, so at least I have something. Also got the dash cover here because the dash pad did finally crack. Back in the hatch area there, that used to be all diamond plate. It's just carpet now. I bought a parts car a while ago, a few years ago, and it had this GTA pouch, so I put that in. I also, a couple years ago at a junkyard, I found these 4th gen 30th anniversary seats from a 97 Camaro. They were gray, so I dyed them black and threw them in here, front and rear. So I really like them. They're more comfortable than the 3rd gen seats, and my stock seats were, you know, starting to get kind of wore out. So these are in really good shape, and I got them for like, I think it was like $100 for the full set, so can't go wrong there. Got a fire extinguisher in here now. That's the only diamond plate left, is those rear speaker covers, which I'm gonna eventually replace. I just blacked it out for now. Headliner, I got an ABS hard plastic headliner now. The factory one did start finally sagging a couple years ago, so I put the ABS one in so it can never sag again. B&M shifter still in here. I did get a Grant metal flake steering wheel, the gold, so it kind of goes with the pearl yellow car, you know. I like it. And yeah, so I did quite a bit of work in the inside the last, you know, 6-7 years, however long it's been filming this car. Also I did, so all this is the sheet metal semi-gloss black, just like I did the gauge cluster. And I did add a cup holder in this panel, so I finally have a cup holder. And yeah, I think it turned out good. Did quite a bit of work to it the last, this was all done pretty much over the last like few years. And yeah, it's kind of how I want it now, so just, you know, simple, clean, and pretty much all black.